Another NASCAR Xfinity Series race, another win for the number 88 car. Zilic absolutely on fire. He has taken over the first seat as the NASCAR Xfinity Series gets ready to start their playoffs next weekend. I will talk more about that in the Xfinity Series playoff preview coming to the channel later this week. Denny Hamlin kicking off his playoffs strong, kicking it off strong for Toyota. They are 2 for 2, Hamlin advancing himself into the round of 12. Very strong day for all Joe Gibbs racing cars, all 4 cars in the top 10 here today. Of course, Chase Briscoe, the runner-up to Denny Hamlin, last week's winner. Hamlin has now broken the 3-way tie between Chase Briscoe and Christopher Bell for the lead in the top car battle here at JGR. Ty Gibbs, just 3 on the season. He was also in the top 10, 10th position. Christopher Bell splitting those guys. 7th place run for the 20 car. A lot of speed in that car today, just got off strategy. A huge turnaround for Hendrick Motorsports after a tough playoff opener at Darlington. Chase Elliott finishing in 3rd position here. His 7th top car of the season. 3 behind Kyle Larson, but now only 1 behind William Byron for 2nd place here. William Byron just outside of the top 10, 11th place for the 24 car. 1 spot behind him, Kyle Larson in the 5. Alex Bowman, another week, another set of pit road problems. Down in 26th position, just never got another caution to get himself regrouped with the field there after that pit road penalty. Strong runs for the Team Penske cars here. Ryan Blaney finishing in 4th position. He got spun up by Kyle Larson, recovered well, got a good break with that caution. Joey Logano 1 spot behind him in 5th, great top 5 for that 22 car. Austin Cindric had some speed earlier in the race, was flirting with the top 10, ended up inside the top 20 in 19th place. Ryan Blaney with a pretty commanding lead in this one, 16-9 in the top car battle over Joey Logano. Cindric just 3 on the season for the 2 car. Over at Legacy Motor Club, another strong running for these cars here. Eric Jones was up front a little bit early on. Nemechek up front for the second half of the race. Another top 10 for him, finishing in 6th position. Been seeing a lot of speed from this 42 car in the second half of the year. Really liking what Legacy has put together in the summer months here. 16th top car of the season for John Hunter Nemechek, 4 up on Eric Jones. Another strong week for Bubba Wallace in the 23 car. He has once again tied things up with Tyler Reddick in the teammate battle here, 13-13. Top 10 run, 8th place for Bubba Wallace. 8 spots behind him, the 45 car of Tyler Reddick. Didn't really have much speed in this one here today. Riley Herbst down in 31st position for the 35 car. Just 2 top cars on the season for Riley. Once again, another top 10 run for Chris Buescher in the 17 car. Really disappointing he's not able to compete for a championship this year. His 16th top car in the RFK teammate battle. Absolutely smoking Ryan Preece and his teammate Brad Keselowski. Preece in 13th position in this one. Keselowski in 17th, so all 3 of these guys inside the top 20. Pretty decent day for the RFK cars, still showing a lot of speed. To Spire Motorsports now, Michael McDowell finishing 1 position ahead of Carson Hocevar. He is now 1 position behind him in the top car battle. 11-10 the lead for Hocevar in this one. Hocevar getting inside the top 15 in the 77 car. A few positions behind these guys though, Justin Haley in 28th position this weekend at Gateway. Playoff driver Austin Dillon with an 18th place run here at Gateway. Pretty decent result for that 3 team. He is now 2 races behind Kyle Busch in the teammate battle here. 15-13 the lead for Kyle Busch. Busch, of course, spinning out on his own accord early in this one. Looked like he was recovering pretty good, ran in the top 10 for a bit there. Ended up being on the wrong side of the strategy in the restarts. He ends up in 22nd position. To the single car teams here, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. breaking his tie with Josh Berry, a 20th place run for that 47 car. Hasn't had the results lately, so great run for that team. Cole Custer in 27th position, Cody Ware 29th, Josh Berry down in 36th. Another tough week for that 21 car. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. To Colleague Racing now, the same deal as RCR. We have a Dillon down 13-15. This time it is Ty Dillon below AJ Allmendinger. Allmendinger 23rd place in this one here. Ty Dillon in 34th after getting some damage in this one, not finishing the race with a DNF. I'm sure these guys are looking forward to Talladega and the Roval, and then they're looking forward to 2026. Tough week for Trackhouse Racing. Ross Chastain, the top car here in 24th position, his 13th honor of the season. 1 spot behind him is teammate Shane Van Gisbergen. SVG spinning out and hitting the wall on this one, so 25th place, not bad all things considered. Daniel Suarez got absolutely wiped out. He finished down in 35th place today, so a couple of damaged race cars here. Chastain the top car in 24th. But it gets even worse for Front Row Motorsports. None of these guys inside the top 30. Noah Gragson finishing in 30th. His 7th top car honor of the season, now just 1 behind teammate Todd Gilliland, who finished 2 spots behind him in 32nd. Zane Smith, who has the lead by 5 races on Todd Gilliland with 13 top cars this year. 33rd position for the 38 car. Had a great qualifying run inside the top 10, was running up there for the first little bit of this race, falling back in the second half. All right, and to the playoff grid now. Of course, Denny Hamlin locking himself into the next round, as has Chase Briscoe already. Kyle Larson plus 60. He pretty much just needs to start the race at Bristol, and he'll be in a good spot. Same can be said for Bubba Wallace, plus 50, a nice cushion for that 23 car. I would say Blaney through Chastain are all pretty comfortable here. On the cut line right now, Austin Cindric plus 11. Does Austin Dillon outscore him by 11 points? I don't know. I think the real wild card in this one is Alex Bowman. If he can go out there and have a really, really good day and Cindric has a bad day, there could be a swing there. Cut line looking pretty comfortable here. We're kind of in the position where we're going to need someone to have a problem. Josh Berry, minus 45 after getting wrecked out 2 races in a row. Of course, Darlington was kind of his fault getting loose. Definitely had some help from the 9 car this weekend. Alex Bowman, minus 35 after back-to-back pit road problems. Those guys are in tough spots. SVG, minus 15. Manageable, but again, we haven't seen that race-winning speed from him on the ovals that I think he'll be able to claw himself out of this hole. Definitely going to need a lot of commotion. We'll see what happens at the world's fastest half mile next weekend. To the manufacturer's table, Chevrolet with 23 wins in the NASCAR Chevrolet Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Dominant over there, up to 41 on the season. Toyota now just 1 race behind Chevrolet in the Cup Series here, 12-11. 22 total wins for Toyota this season. Ford still sitting there at 10. 5 Cup wins, though. Not a whole lot happening in either of the other 2 series, though. Just the 1 Xfinity Series win, thanks to Sam Mayer. Wanted to take a look back at the Gen 7 winner stats at this track. Of course, this is the first year that Gateway has been a playoff race. This race was traditionally in the summer the last few years. Last year it was Austin Cindric. Sure, Ryan Blaney ran out of gas. Sure, Christopher Bell had problems before that. Cindric was a legit top 3, top 5 car that day. He won that race. 4 top 5s and 7 top 10s with a round of 12 exit. How about 2023 Kyle Busch's last win in the NASCAR Cup Series? After how he started that series, I did not think we would be saying that. He had a round of 12 exit that year to go along with his 3 wins. And then in 2022, it was the 22 in 22. He went on to win the championship after winning at Gateway. I'm sure Denny Hamlin will have a pretty deep run here and be closer to Logano than a round of 12 exit. Unfortunately, we had no uncharted cars show up this weekend to Gateway. This is just the 3rd time this season and the first time since race 15 at Michigan, so it's been 13 races where we've had 1 or 2, even a few full fields in that time. Sucks to see no uncharted cars this weekend, but hey, only 3 times this year. It was a lot more regular in the first few years of the next gen, so glad we have a few guys showing up. Hopefully we get back 2 guys in the field for the rest of the season here. To our pole winners now, Denny Hamlin going back-to-back in the pole winning category. He is now tied up with Ryan Blaney for 3rd place on this list. If he carries on the streak, maybe he can challenge Chase Briscoe. I still think that 19 car is pretty cement at the top of this list. 15 pole winners, 28 races. Toyota also sweeping these stages this weekend. Chase Briscoe winning stage number 1, his 5th stage win of the year. He now breaks his tie with Denny Hamlin. Briscoe winning 3 stages over the last 2 races. 19 car clicking at the right time. Toyota teammate Bubba Wallace winning stage 2, his 3rd stage win of the season. He is tied with Austin Cindric for 6th in the NASCAR Cup Series here. To the stage points top 10 here, we had a little bit of movement towards the back part of this list. Chase Elliott getting jumped by Christopher Bell. Kyle Larson breaking the 200 mark. He is now at 207. Denny Hamlin at 191. He could easily break that next week with how good he is at Bristol. Everyone's still chasing William Byron though. Ryan Blaney in 2nd place, 14 back of the 24 car. And we finally have some movement in the lap sled top 5. William Byron has finally been overtaken by someone. He's controlled this for almost the entire regular season. Kyle Larson leading 52 laps. He jumps over the 24 car for the top spot on this list. Denny Hamlin leading 75 laps today. Chase Briscoe, though, leading 15 laps, just enough to stay ahead of Denny Hamlin by 1 point. Ryan Blaney leading 5 laps today, pushing himself over the 500 mark. He is now at 5:01 in the 2025 season. To the Xfinity fastest lap point now, Denny Hamlin getting the win and the Xfinity fastest lap point today, continuing his domination in this category, his 7th Xfinity fastest lap point this season. He is now 3 races up on Kyle Larson, so getting close to the point where the 11 car could clinch this category this year. Only 12 drivers through 28 races, though, winning this category. Definitely not as spread out as things like pole or stage winners. Very close between 2nd and 7th on this list. Could see a lot of movement here in the last few weeks of the season. To the rookie of the race standings now, Shane Van Gisbergen, now up 17-11 on Riley Herbst, finishing ahead of him by 6 positions today. He was in the wall That didn't matter, he was still able to finish ahead of Riley. 6-point gap in this, only 8 races left in the season. We're getting close to the point where SVG could wrap this up with a few more good weeks. Of course, we still have the Roval in here. Riley Herbst's going to need to make a move quick if he wants to have a chance at winning this category. To the biggest points movers, a little bit tame compared to what we have seen earlier this season, just a pair of ones in this one today. Ty Gibbs passing Kyle Busch for 19th in the point standings. Kyle Busch is tonight's biggest loser. Same situation a little bit further down the standings. Brad Keselowski passing Eric Jones for 22nd in the standings. To the DNF list here, Daniel Suarez joining a couple of drivers with 7 DNFs on the season. Josh Berry also joining Brad Keselowski as tied for 7th with 6 DNFs on the season here. Cody Ware leading this category by 1, but a lot of guys with 7 DNFs. We still have a Talladega coming up. Definitely a chance for someone to take over the lead in this category here. And last but not least, we have the Brock Beard NASCAR standings. How about Josh Berry going back-to-back after not being on this list all season? He becomes just the 3rd driver to have more than 1 last place finish this year. 23 drivers through 28 races, very spread out through the field, but Berry now in contention with AJ Allmendinger and Riley Herbst for the lead in this category. Thanks so much for watching.